Hi, this is Lucy Taylor, and I'm presenting my schematic design work so far. For this Los Angeles site, I am keen on the project responding to the political and land use issues facing the local community, and giving an additional platform to aid this already active and engaged community. The data on this site analysis informs my choice of curriculum and gives me an idea of what's possible in the way of developing the site and what issues are important to the residents. And I feel like this location has so much strategic potential. The concept is for a community college campus whose curriculum is focused on the immediate needs of a vulnerable community, specifically instruction in community planning and economic development. A major aspect of the concept is for this campus to be as much of a community center as it is a community college. Ideally, this can empower the community members with both education and economic opportunity. And while studying other higher education precedents, it seems like there's a strong trend towards flexible learning spaces and an integration of academia, civic, and professional industries. And this campus aims to incorporate all three. My massing explorations were guided by a desire to blur the lines between the public and the private spaces and making this a welcoming and safe facility, not just for the enrolled students, but for all community members. The intent is to blend the community spaces with the college spaces, in turn blending the curriculum with the community activity. The massing program I chose to explore further was guided by that goal, and I feel it does this by being respectful of what and who this historic neighborhood already is. I don't want the project to change Leimert Park Village, but rather to extend it through this village typology. The overarching design concept, following along with the village typology, is to create an open learning landscape that is integrated with this pedestrian village. And the choice of the village typology is really an attempt to be sensitive to the existing low-rise village surrounding our site, particularly along Degnan Boulevard. So it's kind of an attempt to create a village within this village. The main building in the project is a larger scale than the typical surrounding buildings. And this imbalance I addressed with the row of cottages that make up the street-facing portion. These match the existing adjacent storefronts in height, width, depth, and roof slope. The cottages connect to the street, and the courtyard behind them connects them to the main building. And the courtyard is, in essence, the town square of the site village. Together, these elements create a pedestrian street amongst the separate buildings to encourage access from all directions and invite the community to interact with the campus. The centerpiece of the main building, which houses the college learning units, is the lobby atrium. It's a central gathering space as well as the main entry and the core of the circulation. This central area is open to the full height of the building, all 3 stories, and reaches out on each level with terraced mezzanines to create varied scale gathering areas intended for social, study, or informal learning use. The enclosed spaces are all directly accessible from the mezzanines, and the glazed facade of the atrium is intended to facilitate a visual connection to the courtyard and the street beyond, aiding in navigation and creating a sense of safety through transparency or visibility. The view into the main building from the street and the courtyard is intended to reveal this dynamic composition of circulation, open space, and multi-use space that's both functional and fun to navigate. The site and the buildings they're composed to create maximum and dynamic circulation. The placement of the cottages along Degnan Boulevard is intended to welcome people and give access from the entire street, as well as the 43rd Street frontage and also the alley connecting the site to the adjacent Vision Theater. The cottage at the central entrance on Degnan is oriented and elevated to interact and make space for the existing street tree, creating an adjacent tree house or perch from which to appreciate this majestic probably over 70-year-old Indian laurel fig tree. Elevating this cottage creates space for an open patio beneath it, an extension of the intended use of this space as a student-run cafe open to the community. The other cottages are also intended to be used for hybrid school and community use as part of the plan to shape the campus into a collaboration promoting environment for both the students and the community that they are studying. As far as environmental and sustainable goals, I really want to preserve and support the existing shade trees. I think they'll provide substantial cooling and shade for the cottages. I believe because of the site, we should take maximum advantage of the climate, have a real integrated connection between indoor and outdoor space, and I want to design for maximum natural ventilation and lighting. And another aspect that I feel is important to keep sight of is creating this open campus that's open, after hours and on weekends, that's integrated with the village and make sure that it feels safe and welcoming for visitors of all ages. And this is my project narrative, and that concludes the presentation. Thank you for listening.